Crystal Palace is hosting Arsenal in another London derby in there. These two teams come from London. It's going to be a very big derby in there for you. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? This is the channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as this is concerned. This is known as the Matchday Live. Arsenal is taking on Crystal Palace. Arsenal is paying a visit to the side which goes by the names of Crystal Palace in there for you. And Mikel Arteta and Patrick Vieira have really named their side that are really going to come in and tussle it out with the side which goes by the names of Arsenal and Crystal Palace respectively in there. When you look at Arsenal, they have some good returnees into the starting lineup. Into their starting lineup, as you see, Ramsdale is back into the starting lineup of Arsenal. Remember, the other time he was not part of the encounter where they won by 2 goals. I think it was by 1-0 against a side which goes by the names of Burnley. Was it Burnley? Their recent game they really won. Their last game they won in in the Premier League was against let me check here. Aston Villa. Yeah, it was a tight one and they won it by 1-0. And guess who was in goal? It was Bernard Leno, because Aaron Ramsdale had gotten a hip injury, and after registering a hip injury, he was thought to be out of the race or of the starting 11 of Arsenal for like a month, but in just 2 weeks he has managed to return and is back into the starting lineup of a team which goes by names of Arsenal in here onto the Rokani Media Football. So we're here to bring you all that, but that is the starting lineup of a team which goes by names of Arsenal as you see it there onto your screen. Cedric Suarez still into the right back position of Arsenal. That means Tomiyasu is not yet back fully fit, but he's training, and I know he's really going to get into the starting lineup of Arsenal very, very soon, because an ankle injury is not something easy to come up and play with. Ben White and Gabriel Magalhaes, that is the central defense partnership of Arsenal. They are back in that central defense of Arsenal as you see them there. Tavares this time round starts. It has been long since Tavares first got himself a start into the starting lineup of Arsenal. I really remember the last game Tavares started was the game against the side which goes by names of Everton. I think that was the last game that Tavares started, but he is back in the starting lineup of a team which goes by names of Arsenal, and he is expected to go on and prove to the manager that you've been benching me for a very long time. Now I have this chance and I have to utilize it to see to it that I really make a big statement over my starting of this game in there against the side which goes by Crystal Palace. That isn't going to be an easy game in there for you. Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka into that double midfield pivot position. You know that those are the 2 accustomed players that play into that region in there, and they play there very well. That is Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka. Then Bukayo Saka has also returned off the right attacking side of the midfield. Martin Odegaard playing into the central attacking midfield area. Emile Smith-Rowe starts again. This has shocked me because I thought a player who goes by the names of Martinelli could come in and start for Emile Smith-Rowe, but Emile Smith-Rowe has started into this game again off the left attacking side of the midfield, and Lacazette is leading the line for a side which goes by names of Arsenal. So that is the confirmed lineup of Arsenal. Ramsdale, goalkeeper; Cedric Suarez, right back; Ben White and Gabriel Magalhaes, central defense partnership; Tavares coming in for Kian Tierney as the left full back; Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka into the double midfield pivot; then Saka, right attacking midfield; Odegaard, central attacking midfielder; Emile Smith-Rowe, left attacking midfielder; and Lacazette is leading the line in there. When you look at the substitutes, there is Bernard Leno holding, there is Ugugungo, there is Swanson, Lokonga, Elneny, Martinelli, and Flores and Nketiah. Those are the substitutes of a side which goes by the names of Arsenal as they prepare to take on a side which goes by the names of Crystal Palace. A game that is a must-win for Arsenal because Spurs have already displaced Arsenal out of the starting positions, the top 4 positions of the Premier League. Arsenal comes into this game when they are fifth with 54 points, and Spurs is ahead of them because they've scored very many goals and have a better goal difference than a side which goes by the names of Arsenal. Let me bring you how Arsenal is going to stand, especially that system of 4-2-3-1 as it's going to stand in there. Smash the like button, comment and share. Your predictions are welcome to the comment section below. I go by the names of RD onto this channel, or Rokan David onto this channel which goes by the names of Rokani Media. We are here to go through this game of Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. You know very well that it's really a very tricky one, but all in all, on your screen is the confirmed starting 11 of Arsenal and the substitutes, and you can as well go into the live chat, comment and tell me what you think about Mikel Arteta's starting 11. Who do you think was supposed to be into this lineup that Mikel Arteta has not included? You can as well come in and tell me that player that you think Mikel Arteta would have picked in there for you. When you look at the starting lineup of Arsenal, that's how they are really going to look. It's a 4-2-3-1 system for Arsenal, as you see it there. And Arsenal is unbeaten. By the way, in the last games that Arsenal have played, I think the only team that has come in and beat them is Liverpool. Arsenal has really taken very many games without making a loss in there. And before they played a side which goes by names of Liverpool, they had gone 5 games and they had won them consecutively in there. So Nuno Tavares is into the starting lineup of Arsenal in there, and that shows that a man who goes by the names of Tierney is really having a problem. That's why he's out of the starting lineup of Arsenal. So I really believe that there are very many players that Arsenal is missing into this. When you look at the bench, there is no Pepe for you, and Pepe really had a very good international break off when he really played for a side which goes by names of Ivory Coast, where he comes in from. That is his nation. And you remember, he put Ivory Coast into the lead, into that game when they are playing a side which goes by the names of France. Remember that goal he played very well, though France came from behind and got that game to a win, and they scored 2 more goals to earn themselves a win in there for you. But when you look at the starting lineup of Crystal Palace, because I really want to go into a total breakdown of this game, allow me bring you the confirmed lineup of Crystal Palace in here on Rokani Media as we get into the rest of the news. When you look at their starting lineup, they're having the goalkeeper who goes by names of Guiaita. That is the goalkeeper. Nathan Klein, you remember him was playing at Liverpool and he's now the side of Crystal Palace. There is Jay Anderson, there is Goichi. Jay Anderson and Goichi are playing into the central defense partnership. Then Michel is playing as a left fullback. Garaga, one of my best players in Crystal Palace, is playing into a 3-man midfield with Koyate and Scalp in there for you. Then Mateta is leading the line as Jordan Ayew is playing off the right, is playing as a right forward, and Wilfred Zaha is playing as a left forward in there for you, meaning that my danger man who puts you at number 7 is out in there, and he's not even onto the bench. That means they are going to miss him a lot. When you look at the bench of a side which goes by the names of Crystal Palace, they're having Jack Butland, they're having Joel Ward, Luka Mikojovic, they're having James Mokins, Eberechi Eze, Will Huggs, James McCarthy, Christian Benteke, and Osman Eduardo. Those 2 names I've read, Arsenal should watch out on them very well from the bench. That is Christian Benteke and Eduardo in there. Eduardo is that player that came in here at Crystal Palace and scored immediately into his starting game in there. He scored even a brace and they got him from, is it Celtic in there for you? So Arsenal needs to know that it's not going to be an easy game. It's not going to be an easy nut to crack in there. But when you look at what the manager of Arsenal has really come out and said about the missing players, he has said Tierney has a knee injury and Nicolas Pepe has an illness. Both miss out on the Arsenal Matchday squad against Crystal Palace tonight. Wishing a speedy recovery to Tierney and Arsenal's Nicolas Pepe, one of the most expensive player at the side which goes by the names of Arsenal in there. So that's how Arsenal is standing in there, and Mikel Arteta has come out and confirmed to us that Tierney is having a knee injury and a player who goes by the names of Pepe is having illness. And when you hear that, just know that that player is having COVID. They don't come out nowadays and come and let it out that that player is having COVID. But when you look at the Arsenal lineup, I think there are two weak links that Arsenal should look at. That is those full-back positions. That is the right-back full position and the left-back full position. When you look at Cedric Soares, is going to be facing Wilfried Zaha. Wilfried Zaha is one of the best players in there, in the Premier League, especially playing off that side. He is inconsistent, but if at all the day comes in and it's for him, he can cause trouble on any left-back, full-back, who is really defending him. I really believe that he comes into this side when he's one of the most scoring players at a side which goes by the names of Crystal Palace in there, and a man who goes by the names of Cedric Soares needs to look at this man every game. He needs to be the watchman, because in the Premier League he has played 24 games and he has scored 9 goals. At the side of Crystal Palace that doesn't score many goals, you just have to get to know that it's always and always and always a pleasure for him to be having 9 goals, because it's very hard to find a player who plays for such a teams when he's almost into finishing a season when he's double figures, like you see a player who goes by the names of Wilfried Zaha. And Wilfried Zaha, one-on-one is better, and he is strong and he has the pace. And Cedric Soares is not that player that you think he's good defensively. I really believe that Cedric Soares is good going forward, and he is not good defensively. I know that, and very many Arsenal fans will come in and agree with me on that, because he is that. He is not good defensively, and this is where they're really going to come out and miss Tomiyasu, because Tomiyasu is that kind of player who comes in here and does the needful for a side which goes by the names of Arsenal, especially defensively, because his defensive rate is way much better, or offensive record and statistics are far much better than a player who goes by the names of Cedric Soares. So Cedric Soares will need a lot of help from either Granit Xhaka or a player who goes by the name of Thomas Partey, who are really going to be playing in the midfield, and a player who goes by the names of Bukayo Saka needs to track back a lot to provide support, because the left fullback of Crystal Palace will come in and cause trouble or havoc to this player of a side which goes by the names of Arsenal. Because if at all they attack you together with Michel, you get Wilfried Zaha, that means Bukayo Saka will need to do a very big defensive role into this game, because that's what is needed most in there, because Arsenal is known as a least goal conceding side. But if at all you let Wilfried Zaha approach Cedric Soares one-on-one, I really believe Cedric Soares will always be beaten. So that will call for Thomas Partey to always play so much that side, because he needs to recover a lot for this player, and Bukayo Saka too needs to come in and do the recovery very well. We go to Nuno Tavares. Nuno Tavares is really one of my best players at Arsenal. He's really talented. I really believe in him, but my problem is one, he is too lazy. He's too sluggish. He makes stupid decisions. I've seen him on several occasions coming out and making stupid decisions. That is a player who goes by the names of Nuno Tavares. He's good going forward. He is energetic. He has a very good skill on the ball, and I really believe that he's one of those players that going to be better for Arsenal. And I really read on a certain article that he was a player who was on the ladder of Pep Guardiola at a side which goes by the names of Man City. So Man City were observing this young man, and they really knew that he is really going to come in and do the needful for them in there. But he went to Arsenal, no wonder, because Pep Guardiola by the time was at Arsenal, and every player Pep Guardiola and his entire scouting team were scouting at Arsenal have tried to bring him at Arsenal have tried to bring him at the Emirates. When you look at the Ben Whites, all of those players were being tracked by Pep Guardiola, and now that's why you see them at Arsenal in there for you. The midfield battle is really going to be something else in there. That is Gallagher and Konate are really going to tussle it out with Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka. I really believe that Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka are really far much better, and they're really going to overpower this midfield of a side which goes by the names of the midfield of Crystal Palace. But Gallagher is one of those threats I've known in the Premier League, who will always come in and cause havoc to any team, especially when you really get him space. And he also has that killer pass. He has a goal on him. So Gallagher is a player to watch out at Crystal Palace, and Arsenal really need to know what they are really going to do to stop this player, because Gallagher has proved to be one of the most most dangerous players in there, especially in the Premier League, because he has played 25 Premier League games and he has scored 8 goals. It shows you how he is really good on converting goals in there. That means his eye on goal is not underrated. He's one of those players that come in and really puts up a show in there. But all in all, I really believe that Arsenal have an edge because they know that they're in the 5th position and there are 2 games behind a side which goes by the names of Aston Villa. Tottenham Hotspur, which is ahead of them, and Manchester United, which is below them. And Man United is having 51 points, Arsenal having 54. But remember, Arsenal played 28 games and United have played 30. So if Arsenal wins its game today, they'll extend their lead to 6 points ahead of Manchester United. And they'll be ahead of a side which goes by the names of Spurs by 3 points, and they'll be just 2 points behind Chelsea in there. That means if Chelsea makes any other mistake, a team which goes by the names of Arsenal might go in and even take the 3rd spot, because Chelsea was beaten and Arsenal is going to play its 29th match today, and if at all they win it, they are going to be 2 points behind a side which goes by the names of Chelsea in there for you. So I really believe that Arsenal come into this game knowing that they really need to come in and win this game, because there is nothing left for Arsenal. This is a game that they have to win to clear their chances. You win this game, you are 6 points ahead of Manchester United and 3 ahead of Spurs. Yet you are really remaining with one game, and Arsenal will be 1 game behind Spurs, and if at all they win that game, they have in hand, and I believe that that game is also with Spurs. So whoever wins that will be into the quotation of the 4th position in there for you. But Arsenal knows if at all we win against Crystal Palace, we are really going to be 2 points behind Chelsea. That means they'll be purchasing or bargaining for that third spot into the Premier League too, because Arsenal are really a very good side and are really give them an edge into this game, though I cannot rule out Crystal Palace totally, because they've come out and shocked very many teams in the world. So I really believe that they can come in and do the needful into this. Feel free to go into the live chat and tell me your prediction in there for you. I really believe that Arsenal can win this game by 2-1. That's my prediction. I really believe it's going to be close. Arsenal winning this one, but even Crystal Palace are really going to come out and put up a show. But Arsenal really has a tendency, the games you think they are really going to come here and lose, there is a way they come on and kill them off totally. Arsenal can come in and give Crystal Palace a beating of their lives by like 3-0 in there. But Crystal Palace is coached by their former captain, who goes by Patrick Vieira, who last won them the Premier League in there. And he won 3 Premier League for them, for Arsenal, and I think 4 or 5 FA Cups in there. That is the former captain of Arsenal, and is going to face the former captain of Arsenal, who goes by the name of Mikel Arteta. These 2 were captains of Arsenal way back in there. So I don't know what you guys think about this game, but all in all, that's what I had for you in here for you. Smash the like button, comment and share, and feel free to go into the comment section and tell me what you think about this match in there. For those that have just joined us, confirmed Arsenal starting 11. There is Aaron Ramsdale as the goalkeeper, Cedric Soares right back, Gabriel and Ben White central defense, Nuno Tavares coming in for the Kian Tierney, who is having any injury, Grant Xhaka and Thomas Partey into the double midfield pivot, Bukayo Saka right attacking midfielder, Odegaard central attacking midfielder, as Emily Smith-Rowe is playing as a left attacking midfielder, and I really thought that Martinelli would have been into this position, but he has not been granted that chance. Lacazette is leading the line for a side which goes by the names of Arsenal. So that is the lineup of Arsenal that they brought, and we sign out for now. We are really going to be back here when this game is done, and we'll be live bringing you the match reaction and highlights of this game in there. I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button and endeavor to subscribe to our channel if at all you've not yet subscribed. I'm out.